Janiah Barker has transferred to the Tennessee Lady Vols. Transfers the same day Joey Aguilar does. So 2 UCLA players in different sports have transferred to the two different Vols programs. Janiah Barker is a 6'4" forward. She last year with UCLA averaged 7.5 points, 6 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 0.6 steals, 0.5 blocks, and 36 games and 17.5 minutes per game. She only started 3. She was coming off the bench most of the time. Janiah Barker is there to add even more athleticism in the post for the Lady Vols. That's her big specific focus. And we're going to play a little bit of 4 downs with Janiah Barker being at the Lady Vols to talk about the value she brings to the program. 4 downs brought to you by Double D Piping. We do it now. First down. Janiah Barker brings a lot of good production to the Lady Vols. She's the Big Ten 6th Woman of the Year last year. So even though her numbers weren't blowing you away, she was the 6th Woman of the Year. She was one of the best players in the league off the bench. Now, as far as her production goes, she was 18.2% from 3. That obviously has to go up. 65.3% for the free throw line is not that great either. So her shooting has to improve. But I've told you guys before, in Kim Caldwell's system, which is so up-tempo, a lot of times people's three-point shooting improves dramatically because they get more open looks because of all the transition. Now, that doesn't mean that you want that Janiah Barker will ever be reliable. And a lot of the players on this team weren't reliable this past year. But it does get them to a certain point, and that's the good news. So that's first down. That's the good news for the Tennessee Lady Vols, is that she is going to be very she brings a good bit of production to the program. Second down for Janiah Barker, she brings measurables, man. She's 6'4", she's athletic, she's strong under the basket. I mean, these are all hugely valuable things. Okay, so yeah, Janiah Barker is very athletic. She can play at the high post and drive to the basket, which is a big advantage in Kim Caldwell's system too, because again, Caldwell likes the up-tempo system, and she does a lot of good things on that front. So with that in mind, I think Janiah Barker brings a great level of athleticism to the program. And I think that's a huge deal. So I think she is obviously going to do a lot for the Lady Vols in terms of that. They have size, but it wasn't size and athleticism in terms of a combination this year. There wasn't enough of it this past year. So Barker adds more of that size athleticism combination. So that's a big help. Third down, SEC experience. SEC experience. And as someone brings up, she was actually very effective from 3 her sophomore year. And that's where I'm getting to now. Janiah Barker played 2 years with Texas A&M. She led the team in 12.7 points per game and had 6 rebounds a game as a true freshman. And then 2 years ago at A&M, she started 27 to 30 games. And she had 365 total points, averaging 12.2 points and 7.6 rebounds per game. She was named to the Winter SEC Academic Honor Roll and the Katrina McLean Watch List. She was twice the Freshman of the Week at Texas A&M. So she has experience of production at Texas A&M, and this goes even more to production, as some people are pointing out. Now, it's a bit of a different level when you play at UCLA because of how good that program is, but still 12 points in her first 2 years per game in each of them, and shooting 40% from 3. And one of those, I think that we can safely say that Janiah Barker brings production and SEC experience and could be very, very, very good with that in mind. So Janiah Barker brings, again, a lot to the table, a great fit for this program as a whole. It's hard to overstate how good of a fit that she is for the program in general. Fourth down will be brought to you soon enough. First, a quick message from Double D Piping.
Double D Piping provides full-service fire protection on any scale. From residential homes to government facilities, we can assist any customer through design, fabrication, installation, inspection, and demonstration of fire suppression systems. With 30 years of service across 5 states and a full staff with over 40 years experience, our quality can't be beat. Don't get caught watching what you could have prevented. Call Double D Piping.
Welcome back to Off the Hook Sports, talking about Janiah Barker transferring to Tennessee. Fourth down is this. Janiah Barker brings a track record of winning. In Joni Taylor's 3 years at Texas A&M, she's only made the NCAA tournament once. That happened to be Janiah Barker's second year at Texas A&M. And then she transferred, and you saw that Texas A&M fell apart, went from 19-13 2 years ago to 10-19 this past year. But more importantly, obviously, is what just happened at UCLA, because the UCLA women's basketball program, led by Corey Close, just made the Final Four. They just went 34-3 and made the Final Four. They had won the Big Ten tournament. And guys, they went 16-2 in the Big Ten and still didn't finish first in the Big Ten because UCLA or USC was 7-1. So if you want to talk about where the success in Southern California is, it ain't in football at UCLA with Nico Iamaleava and those guys. It's in basketball right now. UCLA and USC are absolutely balling out right now. So yeah, Janiah Barker made the Final Four, helped UCLA get to the Final Four in the NCAA tournament. Look, winning experience is a big deal, particularly with the culture Kim Caldwell's trying to establish. That is a big part of turning a program around and expecting to go to the Final Four, which the Lady Vols, while they have been winning in the NCAA tournament and doing well, they haven't made the Final Four since 2008, their last national championship team with Candace Parker. So yes, winning is a huge deal, and they need to be able to win. And in all honesty, I think Janiah Barker brings a lot to the table for them to be able to do that. So Janiah Barker is it can be a very effective player. Kyle Beach has a great point, says UCLA used her a lot different last year. She didn't shoot as many threes. That's a very good point. And so it seems like Tennessee was going after her. And Kyle, you're right. I think they were going after her last year, and then she ended up going to UCLA, which is understandable. UCLA was a better program. The question is, what's the Lady Vols starting lineup going to be like next year? Because we still don't have that. We still don't know exactly how that's going to look. There's a lot of things that could go with that. The Lady Vols starting lineup, to be fair, is kind of overrated in Kim Caldwell's system. Because she runs so much tempo, she goes 12 deep and pretty much runs everybody equally at different times. I mean, she has to run all 12 players. Otherwise, there will be players get tired. There will be players, they'll just be too gassed. And as we saw, because she didn't have enough depth this past year to be able to run the right players enough, she had to run some more than others, and then they got really, really tired late in the season. They turned it back on once the NCAA tournament hit, because luckily for the Lady Vols, or for women's basketball programs in general, there's 2 weeks between the conference tournament and the start of the NCAA tournament. But in general, Janiah Barker as a winner will fit right in with the system and what Kim Caldwell is trying to do. She's a great pickup for the Tennessee Lady Vols, and I think they should be excited. Add in the number 1 recruiting class with the Paulden twins. They're absolutely going to ball out. Kyle says, I think they still add a couple more players. Kyle, I think you might be right, but that recruiting class is a huge part of it. So, and they return some key players too. So they have a lot to be excited about. This program is in great shape, and this program I think could be in the Final Four next year. I think it's that good.